In this video, you'll discover what diet to follow on one meal a day, and to make sure that you know exactly what to do, I'll give you the one meal a day food plan. Hey Wellness Warrior, I'm Dr. Zyrowski, and it's important to realize that one meal a day is not a diet. It's an eating strategy. It's an eating window. And when you follow one meal a day, if you want to get good results, you should be eating a very particular diet. Now, of course, when following one meal a day, you can eat whatever you want, right? Because we just said it's an eating strategy. It's not a diet. However, you're not going to get the benefits of fat loss and autophagy in a better life if you're not following the right diet. And I know that you're here in order to get, more specifically, fat loss, lean up, feel better, be happy with the body that you're in, autophagy to prevent disease, cancer, heart disease, insulin resistance, break down those old broken down cells, recycle them and turn them into good healthy cells. That's what autophagy is. And then a better life, okay? One that's disease-free, one that doesn't have to focus on eating 3 meals a day and have the confusion of, did I hit my calories? Did I overconsume, right? People do one meal a day because it's easier. Now, we want to make sure that we're following the right diet. And here are the 3 top diets that I like to follow on one meal a day. We have carnivore, ketogenic, and Mediterranean. Let's talk about why and when you would follow these diets. Now, the carnivore diet is a all-meat diet. If you're not familiar with this, I do have a video that describes exactly how to follow the carnivore diet on this channel. But the carnivore diet is great, specifically for those who are suffering from a lot of health conditions, especially an autoimmune condition. So if you have an autoimmune condition where your immune system is basically just breaking down your body and attacking self, then the carnivore diet works as a great eliminator of all the different foods that you could be reacting to. And so it's a very healing diet. It's definitely going to help with insulin resistance. It's definitely going to push autophagy, and it's definitely going to help with fat loss. So I'm a big fan of the carnivore diet. I've done this for periods of time. I personally didn't think that it was a hard diet to follow. I actually really liked it, and I go back to it from time to time where I'll follow it for a week or two and then come back off of it. But once again, I feel great on it, but it's not the most sustainable diet to follow long-term for most people, okay? So realize that. And realize that as we talk about every one of these topics, part of this journey is going to be figuring out what is right for you, okay? Not what's right for your friend or the person in the office that told you exactly how to find success with this, but what's right for you. And when you can kind of break through all that clutter and understand you as an individual and how your mind works and what feels good to you and what your body likes, then you're going to really dial in one meal a day. Now, the ketogenic diet, it's really great for anybody who's trying to reverse insulin resistance, fat loss. The state of ketosis is very healing for your nervous system, your brain. It also is very healing for the cell itself. So I'm a big fan of the ketogenic diet. Now, the ketogenic diet is a predominantly high fat, moderate protein, and very low carbohydrate diet that puts you into the state of ketosis, okay? And then once again, very healing state, good diet, but also not sustainable for many people long-term, okay? And to be very clear, that some people will say, hey, I've been on the ketogenic diet for years and I love it. Most individuals who claim to be on the ketogenic diet are just simply following low carb, which is completely fine. But to be specific, the ketogenic diet means you're in the state of ketosis, okay? So the ketogenic diet, great. Now, also we have the Mediterranean diet. And the Mediterranean diet is going to be the most sustainable long-term diet that you can follow here. It's a whole food diet that's high in fat, that focuses on marine-based proteins, and just really focuses on good, wholesome foods. Now, the Mediterranean diet is where I spend most of my time, okay, between Mediterranean diet and low carb, right? Not keto, not carnivore. I like to go and put these in for a couple weeks at a time throughout the year because I like always switching up my diet and just kind of pushing the fat loss, pushing the autophagy for a period of time, but then I back off a little bit because I also want to feel good about what I'm doing, right? I don't want to just be in a position where I'm just so harsh with my diet because sometimes that can just lead to more stress. And then when you push yourself really hard with a diet for a long period of time and you're really uncomfortable, that also can lead to you just crashing and then going on a, binge fest with really unhealthy foods that you shouldn't be eating at all. So we always want to make sure that mentally we're really in a good place with this. So I like following Mediterranean and low carb. Those are 2 good places to be, but any one of these diets works and works really well. Now, If you're just following whatever you want as far as a diet goes, the problem is you can create a lot of issues with your blood sugar going up and down, and it makes one meal a day really unsustainable and really uncomfortable. But also the big thing is if you're eating a ton of sugar in your meals, you're going to have a lot of glycogen storage. And then as a result of having all that stored sugar in your body, you're likely not going to get a whole lot of benefit from autophagy. Fat loss can be, so-so, and it's just more of a struggle. So the better of a diet that you follow well using this eating strategy, the better you're going to feel and the better results you're going to get. Now, of course, we haven't talked about the best hours, right? Because everybody wants to discuss what the best hours are when doing one meal a day. Now, I'm here to tell you that you're going to find some individuals that claim you have to eat one meal a day within a 30-minute period. And I've heard all the way over to 4 hours. But when you're doing one meal a day, the best hours are going to be to eat all your meals within a 2-hour period. Here's why. If you try to cram it into too small of a time frame, it's very hard on your nervous system and very hard on your digestion. And then if you spread it out too much, it's really not one meal a day, especially when you start getting into like the 4-hour range, right? Where you kind of just graze for 4 hours. So if you put it in a 2-hour time frame, it's going to be the best way to get great results long term. Now, when you're thinking about doing one meal a day, or maybe you're following it right now, here's the thing, is if one meal a day isn't right for you, you have to realize that 16 and 8 is still a really powerful plan. And me personally, I don't like following one meal a day every single day, day in and day out. I like cycling from one meal a day to 16 and 8 to do a 24-hour fast. I like to switch it up to even not fasting at all, right? And this is what's sustainable for me. And it's going to be really good for your metabolic system to constantly switch some of these methods up so that you're not patterning your metabolic system and not getting results, because that happens to a lot of individuals who do one meal a day for a long period of time or 16 and 8 for a long period of time. They never change it up. Well, what you'll find is that you kind of fall in this pattern where your results start to wane. So to get the best results, switch it up, stick to that 2-hour eating window when doing one meal a day, follow the healthy diet. And down below here, I have the one meal a day food plan. So download that and use that as a guide. It really focuses on the low carb style of living. If you want to jump into these, once again, I have videos that explain exactly how to do these different diets. Now, if you really enjoyed this video, I think you'll like this one over here next.